What happens when a tourist ignores every warning and crosses the line? The Royal Guard's horses aren't just standing there for decoration. They're trained military animals with centuries of tradition behind them. But some visitors treat them like props for Instagram photos. And that's when things get serious. Watch what happens when respect meets ignorance. You won't believe how different some tourists behave compared to others. The pattern is shocking.
This video took hours to make, but 98% of viewers leave without subscribing. Be part of the 2%. One click makes all the difference.
Signs are everywhere. Do not touch the horses. Stay behind the white line. Crystal clear, right? Yet every single day, tourists deliberately cross boundaries, startle the horses and disrupt the guards. What's even more disturbing, some pretend to be Japanese to avoid blame. But anyone who's watched real Japanese tourists knows they would never act this way. They wait patiently, read every sign, and show genuine respect. Actually, I've been fascinated by Japanese culture and their approach to public behavior. If you want to see more cultural comparisons like this, hit that subscribe button and let's explore together. Here's the striking difference. Japanese visitors form quiet lines. They photograph from a respectful distance. They never shout or make sudden movements near the horses. Meanwhile, some other tourists push forward, ignore warnings, and act like the rules don't apply to them. The guards have started noticing this pattern. Even the horses seem to sense who shows respect and who doesn't. Have you ever seen someone from your country behaving badly abroad? What would you do if someone pretended to be from your culture while being disrespectful? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would a real Japanese person ever act like this? Let's discuss. These aren't tourist attraction ponies. These are military horses with years of specialized training. They participate in state ceremonies, royal processions, and official duties. Each one carries the weight of British heritage. They're trained to stay calm under pressure, but they're also trained to react when boundaries are crossed. A sudden touch from behind. An aggressive movement. The horse's instincts kick in instantly. And that's not the horse's fault. It's doing exactly what it was trained to do. So what's the solution? Some say put up wooden barriers. Others suggest stricter enforcement. A few even mentioned mild electric fences, though that seems extreme. But here's the real question. Why should the system change when the problem is tourist behavior? These warnings are already clear. The lines are already marked. The guards already give verbal warnings. Is it really about better barriers? Or is it about better tourists? What do you think would actually work? Should there be mandatory briefings before entering? Fines for crossing the line? Or is education the real answer? Tell me in the comments, what would you do if you were in charge here? Look at this moment. A tourist steps forward for a quick selfie. Just 1 second too close. The horse's head snaps around. The tourist jumps back, startled. The crowd gasps. This could have ended badly, very badly. But the horse showed restraint. It gave a warning, not an attack. That's discipline. That's training. That's exactly why these animals deserve respect. Now imagine if that tourist had actually touched the horse. Imagine if they'd startled it from behind. The outcome could have been completely different. These split-second decisions matter, and tourists need to understand that. At the end of the day, this isn't just about horses and tourists. It's about respect for tradition, culture, and the work these animals do. The Royal Guards and their horses represent centuries of British history. They're not a theme park attraction. They're active military personnel doing their duty. The contrast between respectful visitors and disrespectful ones couldn't be clearer. And it's not about nationality, it's about values. Some cultures emphasize respect for rules and traditions. Others, well, you've seen the videos. I'm genuinely curious about different cultural approaches to public behavior and respect. If you found this perspective interesting, please subscribe to support the channel. And here's my final question for you. Have you ever traveled somewhere and felt embarrassed by other tourists from any country? What's the worst tourist behavior you've witnessed? Share your stories below. Let's keep this conversation going.
This video took hours to make, but 98% of viewers leave without subscribing. Be part of the 2%. One click makes all the difference.